up, you guys? New build series happening right now. This time we've got the Honda Grom clone. This is called the Boom Vader 125. There's all kinds of different ones on the market. They're about 60% cheaper than the Honda Grom. But there is one thing, when you buy a 60% cheaper bike made in China, not Japan, you do get what you pay for. Can we take a cheap Chinese clone and make it a quality bike? We're talking like just as quality as the Honda Grom. So, I mean, that's a bold statement. Can we take a Chinese knockoff and make it better than a Honda Grom? Wow. It's going to require a lot of parts. That's the main question here. I think it's going to be worth it. This thing is going to be sweet no matter how we cut the mustard. It's got the cheap headlight. We don't want those. Cheap blinkers. We don't want those. There's no front fender. The brakes, calipers, kind of cheap. The motor is my biggest complaint. Very, very loose. If you've seen the last video, the shifting, everything is like off. It's super Chinese. That's my biggest gripe. We'll get rid of these big chunky foot pegs and do rear sets. These wheels will be painted. New swing arm. New shock. Whole new makeover up here. Of course, we're going to get rid of all of this huge rear fender, tail light, bracket, little like luggage bracket. There's a million things. Damn. You don't know how pumped I am to do this. All of the parts that we're installing on this bike, you can get on our website. A lot of them are going to be special order parts, just being up front, because some of them came from like Thailand. They came from everywhere, all these parts. But I'll link them down in the description. The way that I expect this build to go, I want to do all the cosmetic stuff first. Start from the front, move all the way to the back, get all that done, and then the next step will be putting that motor in. After we put the motor in, I don't know if this EFI system is going to work. Part of me says it's not going to. The reason why is because the stator power is not going to be enough. It's like an 8 coil stator, a 6 or something like that. When we're running the EFI system on a Honda Ruckus, we need 11 pole stator. That's a long ways off. But we are doing LED headlights, LED taillights, LED blinkers. We'll see what happens. So that's kind of the thing. Let's freaking start this build. I gotta show you this. So we had our blinkers that plugged in there. That plugged the hole, some really nice finish washers. Dudes, check this out. This is Honda Thailand. This is the MSX headlight. Fits directly into this. There was a risk for this. And that sure beats this headlight. Chinese, Japanese. We're going to follow it up with LED headlight. Of course, it's going to need to be wired. So when this bike arrived, the ignition was loose, and I know why. The screws are missing out of it. So I'm going to pull this plate so I can screw them back in. Then we can, everything will work again. You guys ready for this? So here's the old bars. And look at that. Here's the new bars. Look, these things are so light. Unbelievable. And like the craftsmanship on it is so good. Unbelievably good. So these are our bars. What I need to do is drill a hole on the bottom right here. I already marked it because we have these bar end signal lights. So they go through the end here and the wire goes through the bars and out the bottom. That way you have bar ends, but they're blinkers. So the original plan was to install this steering stabilizer. If you notice, it's for standard bars. These are 1.25 inch. This is made for 7/8. So we would have used the top clamp for this, but that's not going to work. So we're going to get creative. We'll get this thing cut so that we can mount this top plate to the top of that. That's for another time. We're not doing that right now. Look at that. Dang. That is the start button. I'm going to hide the wire just going around right there. Look at that sucker. And then the wire will come around right like this. And then we'll cable wrap it. Not zip tie it, cable wrap it. So it all looks like one piece. Here's something super important. So I'm about to put my clutch cable into the lever here, but this thing, if it's never been done, which I know it hasn't, is dry as a bone. which the cable's not going to last long, and it's going to be stiff and rough and feel low grade. So I've got this little power luber. We have these on the website, of course, that I hook up. See that? And then it seals it down like that. It's supposed to be airtight, never really is. And then I could stick my little straw down there. Take my PJ1 cable lube that smells like cinnamon. Pop that sucker in. This makes a mess. Like I said, it's never airtight, but the idea is when you push the button, the compression from the can sends lube straight down the cable, allowing lube to go all the way through the cable. So let's do that. Pretty good. Got a little bit on there, but not much. This cable's not very long, so you don't want to do a ton, otherwise you have a puddle at the other end. Let's pull this sucker off. There we go. Now I just need to get this thing into its little spot. There we go, that's in. This thing's going to have to go way in this adjuster. Ladies and gents, this is going to be episode 1. I had to push this out in the light. Adam, you ready for this? He's the owner of this bike. He's in North Carolina. Look at this. Look at this. In the light. That is sweet. Still don't got the front end on. We still don't have our wires wired up. I moved the brake line forward a little bit, but it doesn't get any more than better than that. See you in the next episode.